Hello and welcome to Unshakable with Human Design, everyone. I'm your host, Nicole, and it's just you and me today. We're going to have a little intimate conversation just between the two of us about purpose. So this is obviously a topic that comes up with pretty much everybody that I work with. You know, we want to feel pulled by something. And I've been talking to so many people recently, just all around discovery calls, with clarity calls that I do with people inside my programs. And certainly when I do readings, people are always like, what's my purpose? And really the thing that there's so much to that what we're really doing with human design is it's a framework for discovering ourselves and for stepping into the version of us that we have felt was calling to us. And if you're listening to this show, you probably are somebody who has heard a call. You hear a whisper, you feel a calling, you feel pulled in a direction. And sometimes we can get a little bit thrown off the path and we can get confused because we're looking at the outside world and we're trying to gauge whether we're living our purpose based on like our quote unquote success with very material things. Now, what I teach and what I help people do and what I try to help myself do as well is, how can we monetize your purpose? How can we build your life in whatever way you want to, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that feels right to you? How can we build this where it feels like it's in alignment with your purpose, where it's in alignment with what you are called to do in this life? I feel like I've been called my whole life. And there have been times I have listened, and there's been many more times that I haven't. I can remember going back to, I was called to, and this is what I think is so interesting about human design and answering this calling that we have is, when we get the call, our mind tries to connect it to something. So it says like, I'm meant for more. I'm meant for something big. This is what I think that means. So for me, I remember growing up and feeling like I was called to be an actor. Like that felt like my calling. That felt like what I was supposed to do. And the more I look back on it, I had a really hard time answering that call. I did. I had a very easy time studying acting. I could get lost in the art of it. But trying to make that my career, that was hard. I did a lot of things that qualify to other people as being brave and courageous and going after it. But the truth is, if I look back and I look at that journey, I know I did not commit to the level I needed to make my world that world. I studied, I did all the good Virgo things. I showed up to classes, I did the work, the art of it, I immersed myself in. But the business of it and making it happen for me, I half-heartedly showed up to that. I did not commit to that fully. It pushed my buttons, it triggered me. I'm not great at selling myself. I don't enjoy doing it, and I never have. I've never liked putting myself out there and saying like, here, pick me. It puts me in a really vulnerable, uncomfortable place because I know that I really hate rejection. It would strike a lot of nerves in me. And the minute I got a no, I took it so personally. I did not have the thick skin that you need to develop in that world in order to be successful, right? And here's where this kind of ties back to you. And if you're sitting here and you're looking to answer the call, this is in entrepreneurship, it's the same thing. It pushes our buttons. It causes us to shrink when we should shine. And it's those errors, it's those moments when we always have a choice. We choose to shine despite the fact that it's scary, despite the fact that we are stretching ourselves, despite the fact that we might get slapped in the face or told to go away or nobody responds. And then when we get triggered in that moment, we don't shrink and hide, or we don't go into frantic action, freaking out over the fact that it didn't work. And what else can we do? We have to show up. We have to answer the call. And it's not something you do once. You answer the call over and over and over again. And that's something I wish I could go back to my teenage self and tell her. Like, that was a question at an event that I just went to. My best friend, Ati Grinspan, hosted this amazing event in Las Vegas called BU Brand Live. And we went, and one of the questions that they left us with at the end of the first day was, what would you say to the younger version of yourself? What would you tell her? And for me, I had a couple of things that I would tell her. But one thing that I would absolutely tell her is, you have to keep answering the call. If you keep looking at the outside world, wondering if they're going to answer back, they only do when you keep showing up. And I didn't do that. And it's one of the great regrets of my life. However, what I've realized is, and this is where I think human design is so helpful, because what I wanted to do, the thing that called to me, was not necessarily the acting part. It was the message part. It was the story part. It was the possibilities. It was different aspects of it. It was the wanting to have an impact on people in a way that I shaped the direction of their lives, which was what movies did for me, which was what theater did for me. It changed who I was. I wanted to do that for people. And now I do. I do that for people. And I do that in a different way than I thought I would do it before. Now, these are themes of my cross. These are themes of my chart. These are themes of what I am here to do according to my human design. Now, the interpretation of it, when we get really rigid with our interpretation, where we're like, oh, this means I will be a lawyer. No, that's no one's chart says you'll be a lawyer. There are things in your chart that might say, I could see why law might appeal to you. And there are aspects of that I think you are very well suited for. Do you want that? Is that what excites you? There's so many other questions to ask, and there's so much nuance to it. But we can get really stuck on, what am I supposed to do? What's my job supposed to be? What's my career supposed to be? And I have a lot of compassion for that, because everybody starts there. Everybody starts in that place of being like, right, cool, but tell me what I'm supposed to do. Tell me how I live this. Tell me what I do. And the truth is that you answer the call, and you answer it, and you answer it, and you answer it. And the most important time to answer it are the days where it seems like nothing is happening, or the days where you fall down. You have to answer it, and answer it bigger. If this interests you, I am hosting. We start today. If you're listening to this on the day that we drop this, I am hosting a little mini mastermind around answering the call. It's around your incarnation cross, exploring your human design. It's 14 days in a Telegram with me. We drop a lesson or lessons, action items. It's all about getting you into alignment around your purpose, taking action, and actually answering the call. To stop intellectualizing it, because this is my mission in life at this point. My mission in life is to get you to realize that you are a sovereign being, that you have a divine purpose in this life. But in order to live that purpose, it's going to require you to get uncomfortable. It's going to require you to understand yourself on a really deep soul level, and to let go of some of the logic around it. To let go of needing to know what it is and have it all be perfect and figure it out, because that's just your way of keeping yourself safe. It's the reason that I'm not a famous actress right now. It's because I couldn't see past that. I couldn't see past the rejection. I couldn't see past the logic. I couldn't see past like just doing the stuff. I couldn't show up and be worthy of it, not consistently. And what entrepreneurship is great about is that it gives us a chance every day. It gives us the playing field is open. Show up on social media, go to a networking event, do the things that you do to start exploring this. The people who have the greatest success with human design, their purpose, and in this business and in entrepreneurship are the ones who allow themselves room to play, who aren't afraid of rejection or failure, and who move through this and realize that by moving through all of this and exploring themselves and being curious, opens all the doors. One of my former clients actually just released her podcast. It's called Stillness is Strategy. One of my former clients, Carrie, she's amazing. Go listen to it, especially if you are a projector, a manifestor, or a reflector. She released this. It's an amazing podcast. I am so incredibly proud of her. And the reason that I am is because she's such an example of this work and what it can do for you. When she came to me, she had all these things that she wanted to do. She wanted a podcast, she wanted a business, she wanted to be coaching, she had a partnership, she had all of these things going on, and she's a mental projector. And what she allowed herself to do was to follow her path, be curious, allow the steps and the path to unfold as she walked it. And I'm not saying that that was easy. And now where she is, she's again just showing up and seeing what happens. And that's where the magic is. And I get lovingly frustrated with people because I see so many people sitting on the fence, waiting to be ready, waiting for some sort of formal invitation like from the universe, or they're waiting for some guarantee that it will work. And the only guarantee that is that you will go nowhere if you are waiting for that. I am living proof of that. While I have shown up bravely and more than most people, the truth is that I know I have played small throughout my life in comparison to what I am capable of and what my potential is. And I've had to deal with the shame and the guilt of letting myself down. But it's also allowed me to have that to hold on to say, I'll never let it happen again. And I'm at a growth point right now where I'm answering the call again, that if I am really going to step into my potential, into my purpose, into what I believe it to be at this moment right now, if I'm honest with myself, I am not playing full out to the level that I could. And I see what that path is, and I see what it is, and it's very scary, and I'm going to have to try things, and I'm not going to have guarantees that they will work. But I know that if I don't put myself out there and I don't start walking in the direction of what I know my purpose is, and allowing it to change, if at some point as I'm walking, I get a new aha, a new moment, a new opportunity, I don't know what the path will look like. I just know that my North Star is pointing me in a particular direction, and I'm not going all in, going for it. I am now, but I've looked at this and I've been like, I know there's another gear I could get to. I know there's another level that I can get to. And I'm not, if I'm being honest, I'm not fully doing it. So I'm stretching myself. This is what we do at every level. This is new level, new devil. That is such a true saying that I don't play small for a lot of people. In comparison to a lot of people, I play quite big. I take a lot of risks. I put my neck on the line. I put my money where my mouth is. I show up. I invest. I move. But for me, at the game that I know I could be playing, that I know that I am destined for, I've been stalling, and I've had to call myself out on that and decide that that's no more. It's the inspiration for this mini mastermind that I'm hosting because I am lit on fire at this moment. And the one thing that I am so committed to is making sure that the people in my world who desire to truly live their purpose answer that call, that they understand what their purpose is, that they have enough of an idea to recognize that's my North Star, and these are the things I have to accept and step into, and to start moving in that direction, to activate their purpose, not just like get it and then make some logical choices and get stuck in their mind. No, to follow their body and to follow their purpose and to follow this connection to something, even stepping, to step into the unknown. Because that's where the magic happens. And it only happens if you have the courage to do that. It only happens if you have the courage to be seen, if you have the courage to be heard, if you have the courage to really look at this and say, oh my God, this is really big and it's mine. Could it really be that I have this kind of potential? What could that look like? These are the type of things that we are going to be diving into inside the Answering the Call Mini-Mastermind. Everything that you get with this is there's a secret podcast where I drop an episode every weekday during the podcast. I will drop an episode. The episode will be some sort of action item. It will be some sort of lesson or contemplation for you to get either deeply integrate your purpose, put it into action, or put your voice out in the world. So this is very much about changing you in a short period of time. Lots of action, short period of time, big transformation. We're going to shift you from the identity that you're in now to the new identity that you have to hold in order to reach this next level for you, in order to start to activate this purpose within you. So this is what we're doing. We're doing it through the secret podcast. There are 3 live calls with me that you can join and ask questions, but I'm going to be there giving lessons live just so that we have some interaction there as well. And then a Telegram chat for you to ask questions, connect with the rest of the group, and activate each other to share your experiences just like we do in the larger high-ticket masterminds that I'm a part of. Being part of that community is life-changing. So getting into the energy with everybody else. There's safety in numbers, and we get momentum when other people are in momentum with us. And that's what we're creating in this. If you want to join us, go to nicoleleno.com/answer, and you'll be taken to the sales page for that. Or DM me purpose on Instagram. I'm at Nicole Leno Official, and we will send it to you there, and we'll get you all registered. This is a paid mini mastermind. It is not free, but it is under $100, which is kind of, I don't even know what I was thinking when I priced this, but this is really high touch with me for a short but impactful period of time. And and you're going to have a big transformation. And this is like a big level of really stepping into really answering the calling that has been on your heart. I don't want anyone going into 2026 wondering what they're going to do or how they're going to do it. Now is the time. We either make these decisions and make these shifts now, or if you're looking to do it when New Year's hits and you make a resolution and you decide like, oh, this is what I'm calling in for 2026. Girl, you better be ready on January 1. You better be ready to take action and have your plan in place. Otherwise, you're going to be behind and it'll be March before you get anything going. Now is the time. Not after the holidays. It's now. It's now. And then you can go into the holidays feeling like, I know where I'm going. I feel activated. I'm ready. This is what I'm calling in for 2026. That's what I want for you. So if you want help, if you want to really step into that now, I seriously suggest getting in on this. I will probably never run anything like this again unless we love it so much. This is a lot of work for me for a very short period of time. This is a really big lift for me. So this might be your last time to get in at something at this type of price point and something like this with me. Okay. So I highly recommend, I hope that I see you inside that group, inside that mastermind, so that we can get activated together and we can start to reach for our purpose and answer the call together. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And remember, in order to have an unshakable business, you must first become an unshakable human. So thanks for letting us help you become unshakable with human design. We'll see you next time.